Basic psychology. Explanations of resistance to social influence. Social support. Have you heard about social support and dissent in psychology?
No, I haven't. What is it?
Social support and dissent is one explanation for how people resist pressure to obey or conform. It means that if a person sees other people refusing to obey or conform, it makes it easier for them to resist social influence as they would have increased confidence in their own view.
That's interesting. Is there any research evidence to support this?
Yes, there is. Ash conducted a variation of his famous line study by placing a Confederate second to last before the real participant was able to give their answer and instructed this Confederate to give the correct answer. The other Confederates before gave an incorrect response out loud. Results found conformity dropped to 5.5%. If the Confederate went against both the real participant and the other Confederates, conformity still dropped to 9%.
Wow, that's a significant drop in conformity. Why does social support have such a strong effect?
Social support allows individuals to consider the possibility of different ways of thinking about the situation, and opens them up to the possibility of considering the majority view may be wrong and giving confidence to go against this. Social support evaluation. Social support refers to the help and assistance we receive from others. In psychology, it is studied as a factor in resisting social influence.
Are there any limitations to this research?
Yes, one major criticism is that laboratory studies lack ecological validity, meaning the findings may not translate to real-world settings.
That makes sense. What about gender bias?
Research has found that studies, such as Milgram's, only showed the effect of social support with men and not women, limiting the generalization of the findings.
I see. Are there any factors that affect social support?
Yes, response order is an important factor. Studies have shown that an initial first response produces a commitment to the correct answer, which endures even if others disagree.
Fascinating. Can invalid social support still help resist conformity?
Yes, a study by Allen and Levine found that any form of social support, whether it is deemed valid or not, can help resist conformity. However, it is most effective when it is deemed credible. Locus of control, Rotter 1966. Hey, Sarah, have you heard about locus of control?
No, what's that?
It's a concept that refers to how much a person believes they have control over themselves and their world. Individuals with a high internal locus of control are more confident and self-assured in their beliefs and less likely to be led by conformity or obedience.
Interesting. What about individuals with a high external locus of control?
They externalize the control they have, believing it is down to luck, fate, or chance. Such individuals are less confident in their own views and more easily led by others.
Are there any studies that support this?
Yes, Milgram et al. Found that participants who were most resistant to authority figures in his shock study had a high internal locus of control. Oliner et al. Found similar findings when investigating why certain groups resisted social pressure during Nazi Germany and protected Jewish people.
That's really interesting. So locus of control and social responsibility are credible explanations for why people may resist social pressure.
Exactly, it's essential to understand how locus of control affects our behavior and decision-making. Locus of control evaluation. Locus of control refers to the extent to which individuals believe they have control over their lives. It can be internal, where people believe they have control, or external, where they believe external factors control their lives.
That's interesting. How does it relate to behavior?
Research shows that people with an internal locus of control tend to be more independent and achieve more, while those with an external locus of control tend to be more passive and experience more anxiety and depression.
That makes sense. Is there any research on how age affects locus of control?
Yes, research shows that the findings of locus of control research on students may lack population validity. People of an older age may behave differently due to their life experiences and knowledge. They may even be more confident in themselves, which could alter the results.
That's a good point. Is locus of control the only explanation for conformity?
No, research suggests that assertiveness may be a better explanation for why people resist social influences than locus of control, especially in regards to conformity-based scenarios.
Interesting. Is there anything else we should know about locus of control?
Yes, research suggests that people with a high need for acceptance, like students who may wish to fit in among peer groups, are more likely to conform than those with less need for acceptance who are more able to resist. This suggests that LOC may only be limited to explaining social influence resistance during situations where individuals feel they need to fit in, and not necessarily neutral situations where they do not stand to lose anything from resistance.